I found out I had a daughter. She was already 12. You ever have a moment that cracks your whole life open like an egg? For me, it came on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. I was sitting at my desk at work, sipping cold coffee, half listening to some budget meeting on Zoom, when I saw the notification pop up on my phone. A message request from someone I didn't know. Hi, my name is Emily. I'm 12. My mom is Sarah. She says you're my dad. Is that true? I stared at the screen, thinking it was a mistake or maybe some weird scam. But the name, Sarah, hit me like a punch to the chest. I hadn't heard that name in over a decade. Sarah and I dated back in college. She was wild, bright, unpredictable. The kind of woman who dyed her hair on a whim and believed in astrology more than alarm clocks. We were only together for a year, but it was intense. We talked about the future, maybe too soon. But we were young, stupid. She wanted to move to Portland and start an art studio. I wanted to climb the corporate ladder in Chicago. We drifted apart. One long argument ended in silence. She disappeared from my life after graduation. I thought she moved west. I never heard from her again. And now this kid, this girl, saying she's mine. I didn't respond right away. I couldn't. My hands were shaking. I sat there, just reading her message over and over. Eventually, I typed back, "Hi, Emily. You caught me off guard. Is your mom Sarah nearby?" She answered in less than a minute. "She's sleeping. She has the flu. I found your name in her old phone. I always wanted to ask. I just didn't know how." Then she sent a photo. Just her. No filters, no emojis. Big brown eyes, freckles across her nose, a shy little half-smile. She held up a sign that said, "Hi, Dad." I don't cry easily. But right then, I felt the weight of 12 years crash down on me. I got up, walked into the bathroom, and let it all out. Quiet sobs, not just sadness, guilt, confusion, something like fear, something like hope. Sarah called me the next day. Her number still had an Oregon area code. "Hi, Jake," she said. Her voice was softer than I remembered. Older, tired. "I guess you talked to Emily." I just said, "Yeah, I did," she sighed. "I wasn't trying to hide her from you forever. I panicked. I was 22. You had your career. I didn't think you wanted a kid. I didn't think you'd believe me. Then the years passed and it got harder to reach out. I should have been angry. I had every right. But all I could say was, why now? She's been asking about you since she turned 10. I finally gave her your name last month. She found you on her own." There was a long silence. "I'm sorry, Jake," she whispered. I didn't yell, didn't curse. I just said, "Is she happy?" "She's curious. She's always wanted to know who you were. She's smart, a little shy. You'd like her." "I already do." A week later, I flew out to Eugene. Oregon in the spring is green and moody and smells like wet pine. I took an Uber to their house. Small place, pale blue paint, a wind chime on the porch. When Emily opened the door, she didn't smile. She just said, "Hi." "Hey," I said. "You look taller than in your photo." That made her grin. Inside, the house smelled like cinnamon and books. Sarah looked thinner than I remembered, but she still had that spark behind her tired eyes. "I didn't think you'd actually come," she said, pouring coffee. "I had to," I replied. "I couldn't not." Emily sat with me at the kitchen table. I asked her what she liked. Music, school, books. She told me she loved graphic novels and wanted to be a comic artist. She hated math but loved science. She showed me her sketchbook, full of dragons, astronauts, talking cats. She was good, like really good. "You get that from your mom?" I said. She looked up. "What do I get from you?" I blinked. Allergies. Terrible with pollen." She laughed so hard she nearly fell out of her chair. Over the next few months, I started calling more, visiting. We texted daily. I'd ask about school. She'd send me doodles. I sent her a coding game once. She hated it. I tried anyway. Then one day in August, Sarah called me again. She said she had cancer, stage 4, colon. She said she'd known for a while but hadn't wanted to scare Emily. Or me. I didn't know what to say, so I just asked, "What do you need me to do?" "I need you to be there," she said, "for her." And the next 4 months were hell. I flew out every weekend, took Sarah to her chemo appointments, sat by her bed and held her hand when she couldn't sleep. She got thinner, quieter. Emily started staying with her grandma during the week. One night, Sarah and I sat in the backyard, wrapped in blankets, drinking lukewarm tea. "She's going to need you," she said, barely above a whisper. "She has me," I told her. She nodded. "Don't disappear, like I did to you." "I won't," she smiled. "I know." Sarah passed away the week before Thanksgiving, peacefully in her sleep. Emily was with her. She called me that morning, crying so hard I couldn't understand her at first. I flew out the same day. The funeral was small, quiet. Emily didn't speak. I did. I told the story of how Sarah once convinced me to skip class and sneak into a planetarium just to see a comet. Everyone laughed through tears. After the service, I told Emily, "You can come live with me if you want. No pressure. I'd really like you to." She nodded, eyes red. "Okay." It was a mess of paperwork, guardianship, legal forms, changing schools. She moved into my condo in Chicago. I gave her the bigger bedroom, painted the walls whatever color she wanted, purple and silver. I bought her a desk, a giant beanbag, shelves for all her books. At first, she was quiet. She barely spoke at dinner. She'd sit in her room drawing for hours. I gave her space. Checked in. Left notes under her door. "Let me know if you want tacos tonight, or pizza, or both." One day I came home and she'd drawn a cartoon of me, in a suit, holding tacos and pizza, looking exhausted. It was perfect. I stuck it on the fridge. We found a rhythm. Fridays were for burgers and bad movies. Sundays were for pancakes. I learned she hated scrambled eggs but loved blueberry waffles. She taught me how to use TikTok. I taught her how to change a tire. One night we sat on the couch watching some dumb superhero movie. She turned to me and said, "Can I call you Dad now?" My throat caught. "Only if you want to," I said. She nodded. "I do." And just like that, I was a dad. It's been 2 years now. She's 14, wears combat boots and dyes her hair blue. She listens to music I don't understand and corrects my grammar constantly. But every morning when she heads to school, she yells, "Bye, Dad. Love you." And that makes everything worth it. Sometimes she still asks about Sarah. I tell her the truth. The good, the bad, the beautiful. We keep a picture of her in the hallway, Sarah at 24 laughing in the sun. Emily sometimes stops and touches the frame. "I wish I remembered her better," she says. "She's in you," I tell her. "Every time you laugh, I see her." She smiles. "And when I draw?" I nod. "Especially then." I missed 12 years of her life. The birthdays, the bedtime stories, the first steps, the lost teeth, the scraped knees. But I'm here now, for the science fairs, the heartbreaks, the late-night talks about boys, the days when everything feels like too much, and she just wants someone to say, "You're not alone." Because she's not. She has me, and I'm never leaving again.